Alright, what's up everybody? You already know what's going on if you're looking at my face right now. Here for another video. Today is just going to be like a working in the driveway on the Miata again. Recently my job called for me to be driving a lot more, and the Miata is better on gas than the big truck right there. So since the Miata is better on gas, I'm going to be using it a lot more. But as you can imagine, with no interior, a racing seat, full 5-point harness and everything, it's kind of it's a lot for dailying, and I'm going to be having to get in and out of my car a lot. So I'm going to be putting the stock seatbelt back in. And maybe the exhaust. I think I'm going to keep the exhaust on there, but I'm definitely putting the stock seatbelt in. But in order to do that, because I have a roll bar, I actually have to show you guys here. So behind the seat, in Miatas, behind the seat here, you have this carpet, and then behind this plastic here that runs along the door and all the way down, you have the roll bar right here, this bar in here. So it runs back here, and then right here there's like a plate. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a plate here. And basically where the seatbelt unit needs to be is in here. It needs to fill this gap, and that's where the seatbelt goes in. I'll show you on the other side. See what I mean? This kind of, the real unit comes in right here in this column, and then the roll bar runs along down here all the way down, and then is plated. See the bolts in the plate for it right there? So yeah, so I need to actually, unfortunately, to put in the stock seatbelt, I'm going to have to remove the roll bar. Not completely remove it, I'm just going to have to unbolt it, which really sucks, but it's okay. The 5-point harness has been kind of giving me a lot of trouble, and this will just be a lot more creature comfort. So I got to unbolt the whole roll bar here. The whole roll bar's got to come out, and then I'll put the stock seatbelt in over there, which should make the car a lot more comfortable and easier to drive for myself and other people, because the 5-point harness is kind of tailored to whoever, to my height and my build and stuff like that, as you guys may know. As well as underneath the carpet here, when I first installed my roll bar, I kind of did a hack job with all the panels, so there's a lot of metal still kind of bent up. So I want to flatten a lot of that out, and put in some pins and just kind of clean up the interior and install that stock seatbelt again, which I have over there. Luckily I didn't get rid of that, because that would have sucked. As well, I just replaced the brake pads on the rear, so I'm going to have to adjust the handbrake on the right side so it doesn't drag, because right now, I haven't driven the car yet, but right now I can already tell that it's too tight and it's dragging. So I'm going to have to loosen that. It's just a little adjustment on the back of the caliper, so I'm going to have to loosen that. Once that's set, I'm going to do the seatbelt, and then that'll be it. So that's the video for today, guys. I hope you are ready for this, and I hope you enjoy it. As well, I just put out a quick little video from the 949 Racing swap meet I went to. So if you guys haven't checked that video out, make sure you check that out. And yeah, let's get started. So this wheel has some difficulty spinning, It shouldn't be this hard. And this wheel, it like doesn't even want to move. It shouldn't be this hard to turn that wheel. So we're gonna adjust that. I'll show you guys where. So on the Miata, under here, there's the back of the caliper. And then out of those two bolts right there, these two bolts here and here, you're going to loosen this bolt right here, take it off, and then there's an Allen key bolt behind it. You're going to loosen that, and it'll loosen the tension that the e-brake has on the actual caliper. So it'll space it out so that the wheel can turn and there's not a lot of pressure from the emergency brake just being off. So I'm going to do that right now on both sides and adjust it so that way my wheels spin a lot freer. Alright, so I just loosened that bolt in there, and then I put the bolt back on, but now look how easy this is. See that? Barely any rubbing, and it's super easy to move compared to last time. Not a lot of effort. You want it too loose, but you want it pretty loose so it spins fairly freely and you don't have a lot of extra drag. Alright, so this is my torque wrench set at 26 pound-feet. It's hard to tell because this camera can't focus very well. That's about as close as I can get in focus, but it's 26 foot-pounds or pounds-feet, foot-pounds, whatever. So I'm going to go torque that bolt real quick. Alright, so now I'm going to remove this interior piece here so I can get to the roll bar, because I got to unbolt this side as well. This is a pretty good sized job for anyone looking to undertake it. This will take you a fair amount of hours. Hopefully not that long for me. I'd like to have it done today, but it's already 4:45. So I think we can finish it today. Just gotta unbolt the cage, unbolt the harness, and then bolt everything back together. So hopefully that doesn't take too long. So that's just 4 Phillips screws. You've seen me remove that before. Pull this trim off. And then that comes out. And then, like I said, back here is right there is the bolts for the roll cage. So I'm going to loosen those 3 bolts, and then there's 3 bolts you have to loosen, not underneath but from the underside. So I'm going to take the tire off and loosen those. So. And if you're like me, you somehow magically lost your 10mm socket from using it yesterday to using it or looking for it today. So I'm not sure how I lost that socket, but it's 10mm, so I'm not surprised it's lost. So that really sucks. Yeah, it's gonna make things a bit slow. And if you guys haven't noticed, I can't put music in the videos, so I've been using the same song like over and over that I got off the YouTube creator page. So I'm gonna try and limit the time lapses and leave it to just important things. So some things I might just skip over if they're kind of self-explanatory, or if the bolts and things are easy and really noticeable to remove. Just to keep the videos down in size and as entertaining, I guess, as possible. Okay, so once you remove the panel that's blocking here, inside, for me, like I said, is this backing plate with the 3 bolts in here. I'll let you know what size they are in a second. But that's with this. That panel right there removed. Like I said, some of yours might have this still and some of yours may not. It just depends on how your vehicle has been kept. And these are 14 millimeters. You might want a deep socket for this, and a breaker bar, and a long extension, just for ease of removal. And you're going to want to put a 14 millimeter wrench on the other side. Alright, so as you guys can tell, that panel is now removed. So it's gone, so it's unbolted from here. Next in here is another sandwich plate. So I'm going to undo these, and then that's going to be in the trunk as well, so I'll remove those. Alright, update. So all I did was everything I showed you on the right side, I did now on the left side. So same thing, pull this tire off, pull the panel off that's here, remove those same 3 bolts here, and then 3 as well under here, right here. So you remove all those bolts, everything. You're gonna have to go through the trunk, like I said. You'll have to remove the panel that's here over your gas lines, that one, and remove those 3 bolts. These bolts right here. See this bolt right here? You need to remove that bolt here on this side as well as on that side. And once you remove those bolts, then the whole cage will come loose. So let's do that now. Alright, so as I suggested, or I assumed, this is actually a 5/8, not a 15 millimeter. So, whoops. And when you go to reassemble all this stuff, make sure you check with whoever sells the roll cage or bar or whatever you got. Make sure you check and figure out what their torque specs are for all this stuff. Alright, so that is most of the lap belts there. Now the anti-submarine belt, and then we're done with the belts. Alright, so over here my box of goodies is the stock seatbelt, which, I mean, it's going to do its job. It's going to keep me safe. It's going to hold me in place. It's just, you know, it's obviously not like a harness, which is good in some aspects, bad in some others, but it's alright. I'll have to compromise. Alright, so I just checked the time. I'm making pretty good progress. We're an hour in, and I'm pretty much going to be starting to assemble everything, like, in a second here. So, not bad. So I'm already seeing a bit of an issue here. The seat belt is like, the clip, whatever, is kind of stuck right here because my seat's pretty far forward. I mean, I'm 6 foot, but I kind of like to be in the driving position that I like. So I'm gonna climb in here and make sure it's not too much in my hip. I'm hoping it sits just high above my hip. We'll see in a second here. Oh yeah, that's mint. That's perfect. Yeah, that's not even in my side. And it comes up a bit. That's gonna be, and there's just enough room here. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. Cool. That almost worried me. But that's gonna be mint. So I'll check those torque specs on that in a second. Right now I'm just gonna put this side in. So this is that mechanism I was telling you about. This is gonna go into that position. This is the mechanism. This is gonna go in to that hole I showed you over there. This is gonna bolt on to the top where we unbolted the seat belt or the harness from. I'll show you that as well. And this is going to run through the seat and bolt in to the side over here. So I'm going to run that right now.